as we roll them off now behind our pace truck, and Gary Mitchell got him rolling. Once again, Brian Love and Lexi Campbell on on the front row. We have Chad Hornish and Paul Brown on row number 2. And that 211 for Paul Brown, that's formerly the number 5 car of J.R. Shanks, last year's champion. As J.R. moved up into the hobby stocks, Paul Brown decided to hop behind the wheel and buy his own car after a successful rookie year last year in the Hornets. And he's looking to be a contender in his second full-time season. John Hall and Tony Helm on row number 3. And Cameron Lopez and Bill Forbes on row number 4, ready to get us rolling for our 15-lap Hornet main. And lights off, ready to go green next time by. And into the restart zone, and green flag waves. Lexi Campbell gonna fire off on the outside. Get us rolling as the control car. Chad Hornish finds himself in the middle, had to check up a little bit, and has Paul Brown right on his rear bumper. Lexi Campbell trying to roll the outside to the lead. Was facing a little bit of pressure from the inside from Brian Love, but able to get clear now. And here comes Chad Hornish down low on that 11 car of Love, looking to put him back to third here in a hurry. Love right on the back bumper, giving a push to that 51 of Campbell. Oh, and Brian Love way up against the wall. Might have scraped it just a little bit. That looked more like a Chastain maneuver than anything else. And he still got that thing running in third as we're side by side for the lead. Lexi Campbell on the outside. Hornish working to the inside, looking to go fast to the lead like he did in that heat race. And there goes Chad Hornish getting that nose to turn around down low in 3 and 4. Able to get a nose out front for the lead. Still holding on to the outside though, and ooh. Bill Forbes leaning on that Andy car of Tony Helm a little bit, going down the front straightaway into turn 1, but they got that sorted out in a little bit of space between each other as Chad Hornish off to the lead. Here on lap number 4, we got Lexi Campbell second, Ryan Love third, Paul Brown fourth, looking a little bit loose, riding that top side with John Hall rounding out the current top 5. We got the rest of our 8 running 1, 2, 3 here. Oh, Tony Helm a little bit tight going up near the wall. That time out of turn 4 in his number 80 car right in the middle of that battle between our leaders near the back of the pack. And man, that car looking tight again. It just looks like it's leaning on that right side a little bit up into the corner and pushing them up towards the wall. As Cameron Lopez able to work to the inside here. Move up a spot into 7. Chad Hornish all alone out front. Lexi Campbell still has breathing room behind her. Back to Brian Love. He's trying to go up the track and find himself a little bit of momentum here. He's facing pressure from Paul Brown back and forth. And coming quick to our halfway to go. 7 laps in, 8 laps to go for our WW William Hornet main event. Chad Hornish looking dominant in this one. Has about a quarter straightaway lead over Lexi Campbell. She's doing a good job holding on to that second place spot, holding runner up right now. As Paul Brown was just able to get around the 11 of Brian Love for that third place spot. And he'll be trying to track down that 51 to move into the top 2 here in this second half of the race. Brian Love had to let off the throttle a little bit. That allowed John Hall around for that 4th place spot. Gotta wonder if his car's struggling a little bit after when he might have gotten into the wall in 3 and 4 early on in the race. That thing just looks like it's struggling right now. He's kind of trying to drive a hobby stock line with it, when these Hornets really prefer being up top. But we're inside of 5 laps to go now. Chad Hornish working down the back straightaway. And all alone is battle on for second now. Paul Brown has caught Lexi Campbell. They'll go side by side off into turn 2 or turn 3. Might have been a little bit of a nudge there, but Paul Brown gonna make his way around down low and into second. Lexi Campbell still holding on to a podium spot. Cameron Lopez trying to close in on Bill Forbes in that 57 car. Coming to 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go. Lexi Campbell trying to put her car way down low on that apron line. Drifted up the track a little bit. Had to catch it in the middle. And this is allowing John Hall to close in a little bit in that number 2 Hornet. He might be able to help himself into podium position here. But Lexi Campbell did a good job gathering it up after taking the less common line off into that 1 and 2 corner that last time by. She's going to move her car back up to the middle this lap though, and still has some good breathing room there, holding on to the 3rd spot. White flag in the air one more time around for Chad Hornish in that Dope Miss racing car. Got the throwback to his cousin Sam Hornish Jr.'s old school Indy and NASCAR. Making his way out of turn 4 now, gonna take the season opener victory. It's Chad Hornish. Win number 1 in race number 1 for the Hornets. Paul Brown holds on to second with Lexi Campbell coming home 3rd on a podium position. We got John Hall 4th. Bill Forbes rounding out the top 5. Brian Love fell back to 6th there and was facing some pressure from Cameron Lopez, who was able to come back to get a 7th place finish and was battling for an extra one there at the end, but not quite able to come up with it. And Tony Helm rounding out our 8 today for the W.W. Williams Hornets, but bringing it to victory lane for the first time in 2026 after doing a handful of times last year. It's Chad Hornish.
All right, everybody, Chad Hornish. I was kind of teasing Chad last year. I was giving Chad a little hard time last year. He practices terrible.
Yeah.
He's the slowest thing out there. I see snails passing him when he goes out there and practices it during the day. But what do you always do? You always sit there and you say, what?
Well, I'm just saving the tires, saving the best for last, and it worked again today, so we're not changing anything. Well, I'm going to practice slow, and I'm going to win every race.
There you go. That was what I was going to ask you. So your plan is?
Yeah, I'm winning every race, and I told y'all earlier, and I'm sticking to it, so get used to the yellow car up front.
All right, well, that's good to hear that and everything. Friends, family, sponsors, everybody.
All my friends, Andrew, my girlfriend Jennifer, JR, and Gary are helping me, and AJ also here to support. But, yeah, just a small crew. My buddy Taylor, a lot of my racing buddies, just all overs. But, yeah, thank you so much. I love Tucson Speedway. I love this division. I'm so happy I can be here. I wish you guys could all experience this fun. It's pretty inexpensive. I know it's a race car, but I think more people could do it. It's more affordable than you think, and we'd love to have more drivers out here. So come try and take me down.
All right. That's a throwdown there and everything. Chad Hornish, thank you. That was a very good promotional and stuff like that and everything. Let's get some pictures and some trophies here.
And so the attempt at the perfect season is off to a great start for Chad Hornish. Going to be a sweep of the night in the Hornets with the heat race win and the main event win. No qualifying tonight for the Hornets. So he locked up everything he could, and that'll be the season points lead to start the year for that driver, the 12C. A sweet-looking car. Some would say dopeness. And great drive there from the driver, gapping the field by a good margin. But despite that, there were some great battles throughout the field as drivers were trying to find their runs and looking to keep that momentum up and then losing it and finding it again. And I can't wait to see what's in store for the rest of this Hornet season. But we know right now Chad Hornish is the man to beat at Tucson Speedway.